All right, just a couple minutes till we get the derby started. I am HP Shuffcraft. I am joined by the lovely and super intelligent Candyman.
Oh, you're too nice to me.
And we're going to go through rosters real quick here. So for the Rose City Rollers, the number 6 team in the WFTDA, the Wheels of Justice, number 100 is Mercy, number 1719 is Scylla Devourer, 17H is the Blast Unicorn, 1889 is Jessica Shipley, number 2 is Megan Moffett, 210 is Heidi Goes Seek, 243 is Genevieve Moore, 26 is Sarah Gaither, number 3 is Knife, 47 is Penny Dreadful, number 50 is Scald Eagle, 523 is Jessica Rodriguez, number 77, Lauren Much, 934, Jamie True. These are the Wheels of Justice.
And for the ladies from Boise, Idaho, the Treasure Valley Roller Girls All-Star 1697, that's Ella Snow Fury. Number 19, Riot Atcha. 1959, Demolition Barbie. Number 208, that's Idaho. 2517, Mia Wallops. 314, Lemon Harangue Die. 462, Dawn of the Shred. Number 5, Raggedy Annihilation. 514, Smack Skellington. 567, God Dame Savage. Number 630, Scarlet Danger. 66, Aurelia Spine. 8338, On a Highway to Hell. And 951, the Captain Sinister Kate. For those of you watching at home, please remember we are also talking to the house crowd, so that will be the majority of our call. Treasure Valley in the white with the pink, Rose City in the purple, and jamming for Treasure Valley. That's 8338, On a Highway to Hell.
5-0, Scald Eagle on the line for the Wheels of Justice. And we'll probably see her in action later on tonight. And Scald Eagle getting out first. She is your lead jammer for the Wheels of Justice.
A star pass right off the bat. Idaho taking the star from Highway to Hell. A Scald Eagle with lead jammer status goes around the outside, and a pirouette gives her 3 early points for the Wheels of Justice.
Lauren Much on the line, number 77 for Rose City.
Final game here for both teams for this weekend. Give you a little rundown of what's happened thus far. As Dawn of the Shred takes the star for Treasure Valley.
And Lauren Much knocked down in turn 1. It looks like Dawn of the Shred with 2 to beat at the front.
And Much gets out first, lead jammer for Rose City. Lemon Harangue Die having a seat in the penalty box. Dawn of the Shred with Mercy now to beat. And Scylla Devour. And Scylla giving Shred a little bit of a hard time there. Shred's trying to get out of there, just can't get around Scylla, and then there goes Shred, the outside, up on her toes. 1 blocker to beat, out of play is called, and Dawn of the Shred able to break through.
5 points for Lauren Much, who calls off the jam for Rose City. And our early score is 0 for Treasure Valley, 12 for Rose, 28-12 in the first period. As Candyman said before, purple tops are Wheels of Justice, white tops are Treasure Valley.
So Treasure Valley Friday night taking on Sac City and coming away with a win 195-161. Also on Friday night, Rose took care of Kansas City. As Demolition Barbie now going up against Scald Eagle. Nice little run out by Scarlet Danger and Highway to Hell on Scald Eagle. And Demolition Barbie pick it up, lead jammer.
Scald Eagle going out of bounds in turn 2. She bounces back, and she's made her way out on her initial pass.
And Demolition Barbie's got to feel good about that one, going toe-to-toe with Scald Eagle, picking up lead jammer, getting 4 points for her team, and promptly calling off the jam.
That's definitely going to go in her Derby journal for today.
So Saturday, Treasure Valley took on the Ole Rollers. They lost that one 219 to 84, while Rose City handled business against the Philly Roller Girls, as well as playing later on against Texas. We'll talk about that one in a minute. As Aurelia Spine goes down to the outside, cupping her eye. She's going to crawl over to the bench. We'll still have the EMTs go ahead and take a look at her.
So we talked a little bit about it earlier. Coming up later on tonight, we have Team USA against the All-Stars for the Big O. That one should be a lot of fun. The last bout of the Big O.
Nice way to end it, as much out of the pack for Rose City. Lead jammer status, Dawn of the Shred jamming for Treasure Valley. Stuck behind that wall of purple in the back, anchored by Mercy.
Lauren Much picking up 5 as she made her way around that first time. She's out there against that TVR wall at the back. 1 to beat. That's Raggedy Annihilation. She is by her outside shoulder for 5.
Dawn of the Shred still battling inside that pack. Gets up on her toe stops. Cuts back to the outside. Now ridden out. Multiplayer block called on 210. That's Heidi Go Seek. She goes to the penalty box. Raggedy Annihilation pulling Much all the way back. Now that wall forms again, but Much goes right around the outside with a quick move and picks up 5 more, as Dawn of the Shred now able to break through on her scoring run.
Scarlet Danger in the box on her direction of gameplay call and shooting through the middle of the defense. 4 points there for Lauren Much, number 77 for the Wheels of Justice.
Demolition Barbie back out there for Treasure Valley. And number 243, that's Genevieve Moore for Rose City.
Genevieve Moore trying to find some room on the inside, and now going into turn 1, she makes her way out for lead jammer, Wheels of Justice.
Demolition Barbie ridden to the inside of turn 1. She recovers, gets back up. But for Rose City, Genevieve Moore, another 5-point pass.
And Demolition Barbie out the front. She's on her initial pass. Genevieve Moore doing a great job of changing levels to allow herself to get through 4 points.
The Sinister Kate with a nice hit there on Genevieve Moore, but unfortunately a little too good use of the forearm there, so she goes to the penalty box. And a 4-on-3 pack advantage now for Rose City, as we finally met a jammer to go look eye to eye with Scald Eagle, and that's Idaho with Treasure Valley.
Both jammers very tall, and yes, usually Scald Eagle is looking down at her opposing number with the star. She's trying to make her way into that turn 1, and on the outside shoulder, she is through for lead jammer, Rose City.
She got out early, looked back, tried to see if Idaho was coming. Idaho got tripped out here at turn 4 as Scald Eagle makes her way around the track and now scoring points. Dell from Hell puts 4 up in the air, so that's 4 points as Idaho gets a cutting the track, so a power jam situation here for Rose City and Scald Eagle.
Scald Eagle with 3 to beat at the front. Scarlet Danger, last line of defense. And making her way past in turn 2, Scald Eagle picks up 5 points. Great hit 2 turns ago from Megan Moffitt, helping to push Idaho out. And then Jessica Rodriguez taking a shot at her as well.
Riot at ya, last line of defense there. Scald Eagle makes quick work of her, picking up 5 points. And now Idaho out of the penalty box and back into the middle of the pack. Actually in the back of the pack behind that wall of purple.
And Scald Eagle recycled. She'll set up again in turn 1. Good job of giving back by those TVR blockers. Looks like an out of play call is going to put Megan Moffitt in the box for 30 seconds.
5 more points put on the board at the end there for Scald Eagle, and that's going to take Rose City up 59-4 as we've come under the 22-minute mark here in this opening period on track 3. We want to thank you all for joining us here in Eugene as well as on the interwebs at home.
Purple tops is Wheels of Justice. White tops are the Treasure Valley All-Stars. And number 77 is Lauren Much for the Wheels of Justice. She's your lead jammer.
Dawn of the Shred trying to play a little defensive jammer there, but Munch shakes off her hit, squeezes around through the inside, picking up 5 more. And Dawn of the Shred now back on the attack mode. Mercy Knife and one other blocker out there. That's Jamie True for Rose City. Had to see the number.
Lauren Much finding a channel on the inside. She picks up 5 on the last pass. All 4 blockers for Treasure Valley. Trying to wall up, but Lauren Much found her way through, and that's another 5-point pass for Team Purple.
Treasure Valley coming into this game ranked number 48 in the WFTDA as Rose City comes in ranked number 6. And Much puts 5 more on the board for Rose City's Wheels of Justice.
Turn 2, Wheels of Justice putting the stops on. Not a lot of space to get by if you're wearing a star for Treasure Valley right now. 5 more points for Lauren Much as she makes her way around the track.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are, who you jam for. Mercy does a great job of defensive blocking out there. It's quick, agile feet, and a smart head on her as well. As Much breaks around through the outside, a little pirouette around Aurelia's spine, picking up 4 more for the Wheels of Justice. Hey, Big O merch, $5 off of all Big O merch. They've got men's t-shirts, women's sweatshirts. Head over to track 1 at the intermission here and get your Big O merchandise. I got my Big O t-shirt. Did you get yours?
Working on it.
Last tournament we worked together, you waited too long.
They just ran out of fat guy clothes last time and I couldn't get anything.
I weighed a hell with a little shoulder check there on Genevieve Moore. And Demolition Barbie now able to clear the pack on her initial pass. Genevieve Moore makes quick work of that 3 blocker rotation for Treasure Valley, putting 4 points on the board. The first time Treasure Valley's played the Wheels of Justice, they've gone up against the Axles of Annihilations a couple of times. Once at their home tournament, once out in Portland. So a good matchup for them here is we've talked a little bit throughout the weekend of their aggressive schedule this year, taking on some of the higher ranked, and we're talking top 5 higher ranked teams in the nation, just trying to build on that experience, get that gameplay against the higher level competition. And here they are again with Rose, down a lot, but gaining that experience.
They took on Bay Area earlier on this year, and they played Ole this weekend. And so definitely stepping it up this year. And that's been the MO for Treasure Valley anyway. Every year stepping it up, taking on a higher level of competition. That's how they've helped to sharpen their skills and get stronger on the track.
You also see what the higher level teams are doing as far as strategy and skill level. And then you take that home and you work on it and you make yourself better and you come out stronger the next time you play. Idaho now jamming against Scald Eagle. Scald Eagle playing a little defensive jammer as Treasure Valley with a 4-on-2 pack advantage here.
Some real battling going on there between the stars in the back of the pack. Neither satisfied to give a free shot through the middle of the wall. Idaho working on that outside shoulder.
A good job here by the Treasure Valley defense, holding Scald Eagle back. Sinister Kate, Aurelia Spine, Raggedy Annihilation, and KP. That's right at ya. As Scald Eagle now breakthrough for lead jammer. Idaho able to find an inside line. She also clears the pack. And now scoring opportunity for both jammers.
And doing a great job right now are the Wheels of Justice at trying to sweep and hook skaters. So there's an opportunity for Scald Eagle to pick up that 1 point. Excellent offensive blocking as they switch and transition from D to O on the far side of the track.
Hey, speaking of the MVP versus Team USA bouts, captains, please bring your MVP boats to the admin table as soon as possible. If you need forms, you can get them. Track 1 admin table, take your MVP ballots there. As we reset number 243, that's Genevieve Moore jamming for Rose City. And for the Treasure Valley Roller Girls, Dawn of the Shred. And we're going to have a power jam situation here for Treasure Valley as Genevieve Moore picking up a cutting the track. She's followed by Knife to the penalty box, and Dawn of the Shred gets lead jammer.
4.62 showing off the mad speed, and she's about to hit that wall with Mercy anchoring. She's out there with Megan Moffitt and Jamie True, forming a fearsome wall of purple, but she gets through, and that is a 5-point pass for Treasure Valley.
And Dawn of the Shred calling it off with a nice little jam there. First power jam for Treasure Valley, and she makes a positive out of it, putting 5 points on the board. Once again, Treasure Valley in the white with pink accents. Rose City in their traditional purple.
And at the half of the Philly-Ole game on track 1, almost the entire MVP team will be announced. So you may want to make your way over there to hear who will be taking on the All-Stars. The Team USA later on tonight.
Demolition Barbie jamming for Treasure Valley. She gets ridden to the outside by Jessica Rodriguez, but Rodriguez picks up a penalty. She goes to the penalty box, but that gives enough time for the jammer of Rose City, Genevieve Moore, to get lead jammer.
And on her initial pass is Demolition Barbie. Back in the middle of the pack, it looks like Genevieve Moore picking up 2 points there for Rose City.
After party. I love this. There's a Sunday night pre-party at Ninkasi Brewery. And then there's a Sunday night after party, which will be at the Blair Alley Arcade, 245 Blair Boulevard. DJ Anya Bunslayer from Humboldt will be mixing it up there, so be sure to check that out. Meanwhile, on the track, Idaho going up against Much, as Idaho with a big smile on her face. That's good to see him having fun out here. She chases down Much. Much comes through hot. She spins around, gets those hips clear, and picks up 4 points for Rose City.
That's incredible. Both jammers side by side. Lauren Much just getting her hips around, picking up those 4 points. Excellent body control to pick up all 4 points before that last whistle.
What was good to see there was Idaho had a big smile on her face as she was chasing down Much. So everybody's having fun out here as Dawn of the Shred now jamming against Scald Eagle. Scald Eagle goes to the outside, meets that wall of white. Dawn of the Shred stuck behind the purple wall in the back, and Scald Eagle able to pick up lead jammer for Rose City.
Dawn of the Shred in turn 2, trying to make her way past that 2 wall of Rose City blockers. Scald Eagle on the inside, through for a grand slam.
The amazing thing I've noticed, every team playing here this weekend is their wall work. Just when you think you see a jammer getting ready to break through, here comes a skater from the outside or the inside to fill that empty spot and swallow that jammer back in. Rose City doing a great job here of deploying that strategy as Dawn of the Shred able to break out, but Scald Eagle back around on a scoring run.
Scald Eagle picking up 5 in the last time around, 2 this time. And adding to that total for Rose City. Stepping up to the line, 243 is Genevieve Moore for the Wheels of Justice. She's side by side with 1959 Demolition Barbie for TVR.
Whistle blows and the jammers are off. Demolition Barbie just trying to find every little crease she can in that wall of purple. She takes a stumble. Both jammers still stuck in the pack as we come around turn 2. And Treasure Valley now stringing out the jammer. That's Genevieve Moore for Rose City. Demolition Barbie gets strung to the inside. She recycles back to the front of that pack.
And not a lot of space, but Genevieve Moore finds a lane on the inside. She's your lead jammer for Rose City.
Highway to Hell picking up a forearm. She goes to the penalty box, and Genevieve Moore, one skate backwards, bent over, keeps her balance, picks up some points, 5 of them to be exact, and she's back around the track.
Trying to make her way out is Demolition Barbie. She's near the front, chest to chest with Scylla Devourer. And she is out of bounds and recycled. And we've got a star in the box. So right now, Demolition Barbie, the only jammer on the track. She is on a power jam for Treasure Valley.
4-on-3 pack advantage here for Rose City, but power jam advantage for Treasure Valley. And Savage with a nice little assistive blocking. Highway to Hell with some assistive blocking, but Barbie still having to recycle all the way back.
Some huge hits being handed out in turn 4. And a 2-wall out the front. Genevieve Moore past the last line of defense. That was Scarlet Danger picking up 5 points there.
Genevieve Moore just one step faster than Scarlet Danger there. Scarlet saw it, went for it, and Genevieve Moore just with a nice little hop step and around the outside. As Treasure Valley is going to take a team timeout here. Chef, I'm going to have to get my calendar out because Big O's already scheduled for next year. May 1st through the 3rd, 2015. Mark your calendars now.
I'm pretty sure it's when you do your hair, Candyman. I don't know if you'll be able to make it that weekend. Ninkasi Brewery and Costi, the official beer of the Emerald City Roller Girls, and also the Horsehead. The Horsehead, a longtime supporter of the Emerald City Roller Girls and all proud sponsors of the Big O. As long as we're talking about the Big O, let's remember that the Emerald City Roller Girls are our hosts all weekend long, and we super appreciate them putting on this amazing 3-day event, men's, women's, and juniors derby. Crazy fun.
Been involved with a few tournaments. Never won with 3 tracks. Never won with 40-some teams. What do we? 49 games. 31 WFTDA games. Amazing, amazing job coordinating all this. Back to the live action on the track.
77 is Lauren Much for the Wheels of Justice. She parts a 2-wall at the back, makes her way through the inside, and that is a 5-point pass for Rose City.
Idaho up there for Treasure Valley jamming. She's stuck behind that 3-wall of purple, and now Mercy knocked to the inside by Idaho, and Idaho able to break through on her initial pass. Lauren Much now back around for another pass. She goes inside, goes outside. Aurelia Spine knocks her outside, forces the call off, and the jam comes to an end, but not before Lauren Much able to put 2 more points on the board.
And Aurelia's Spine forcing the issue there at the end of that jam. An excellent piece of defense. Stepping up to the line, wearing the star for Rose City, number 50, Scald Eagle. And she is side by side with 462, and that is Donna the Shred. For those of you at home, purple tops are the Wheels of Justice. White tops are the Treasure Valley All-Stars.
Good job there by Goa Dame Savage and Smack Skellington, able to ride Scald Eagle to the outside, but Scald Eagle takes a little bit of offense to it, puts a shoulder check onto Scarlet Danger, and Scald Eagle breaks through lead jammer. Dawn of the Shred now with a nice pirouette, able to break through.
Scald Eagle checking with the bench as she picks up her 4, trying to determine what her next action is. It's pack advantage, Treasure Valley. And Scald Eagle calls it off before Dawn of the Shred can pick up any points there.
Just under 8 minutes to go here in this opening period of this 2-period bout, just like all the rest. Number of teams, here I found it, 36 teams.
All right, as we get back to the action, we've got 1959 Demolition Barbie out there for Treasure Valley. 2-4-3 is Genevieve Moore for your Wheels of Justice. Going into turn 2, no lead. Walls holding strong. And a pileup in turn 3 as Demolition Barbie gets out first for lead jammer Treasure Valley.
Good defense being displayed here by Aurelia Spine, Ragged Annihilation, and Sinister Kate, as Aurelia Spine goes to the penalty box for a back block, but Sinister Kate wisely drawing back Genevieve Moore all the way back behind the jammer line, and she has to start over, and Aurelia Spine and Sinister Kate team up once again for the ride out. As Demolition Barbie now backwards up on her toe stops, knocked to the inside by 1889. That's Jessica Shipley, and Demolition Barbie will have to restart. And Demolition Barbie, oh, she had the lane, just barely lost her balance, and that wall of purple able to reform very quickly.
Genevieve Moore going down in turn 1, jumping back up. She's got to get through a 2-wall, and she is nudged out of bounds. She's going to come back behind Riot Atcha and Aurelia Spine.
Both teams playing some great defensive blocking here, riding the jammers out. Well, I think we've spent the last 45 seconds here between turn 4 and turn 1 as Demolition Barbie resets. And there's Genevieve Moore breaking through. And that is the end of the jam. Great, great jam by both teams' defensive units.
We're down to 5:25 in this first period. We want to remind everyone about Sizzle Pie at the corner of Broadway and Willamette. Death to false pizza.
And it looks like Coach Beastwood wants to have a discussion with the officials. So we'll take this time to run down and thank our vendors, everybody that came out here to sell stuff, to help the skaters find the right equipment that they need, whether it be knee pads, wrist guards, or a new pair of skates. Armored Rose, Bont Skates, Bruce Skate News, Fast Girl Skates, Fingers Duke, Flat Track Revolution, Green Monster, Lily Gumdrops, Living Colored Duct Tape, Left Turn Clothing, Pivot Star, Pretty Little Tragic, Rydell, Roller Doll Skates, Skate Geek, Sweat Hog, Team USA, Thrive, and Zemo Rocks. All wonderful vendors. They come here to help the skaters. Obviously, they're trying to sell things, but really, we would appreciate them coming out here and offering their assistance.
And events like these wouldn't be possible without sponsors and vendors and people to help to pay the bills. Facility's not free. Costs a lot to put something like this on between production and sound and all of the awesome
Check. White team used their official review to challenge the point total on the last jam. It was awarded 2 points for passing 2 purple blockers, no jammer lap point. Point total stands.
All right, we're down to 5:10 in the first period. White tops are Treasure Valley. Purple tops are the Wheels of Justice. Number 77 is Lauren Much, and she's out there with 2:08. That is Idaho for Treasure Valley.
Highway to Hell trying to draw cutting the track there on Lauren Munch, but Del from Hell says nope. And Lauren Munch now giving lead jammer as Idaho jamming for Treasure Valley, pushing and striving and trying as Lauren Much cruises around the track, picks up 5. As Idaho gets out, Mercy gives her a look, but opts not to go after her. She was beyond that 20 feet or close to it. As Idaho now comes around and 3 points for Rose City, and Idaho squeezing out a point there for Treasure Valley. In case you haven't heard, up there in the stands at the top there, that's Team No Responsibility. And they're living up to their name, I guarantee you.
5-0 is Scald Eagle. She's out there against 4-6-2 Donna the Shred for Treasure Valley. Jumping out first, Scald Eagle, lead jammer, Wheels of Justice.
Donna the Shred really fighting for every inch up front there, and she's able to break through and clear on her initial pass. Scald Eagle, meanwhile, clears on her first scoring pass. She picks up 4. She looks to the bench, and she's going to call it off right before Shred can engage the pack. We got 3.5 minutes to go here in this opening half. And looks like Megan Moffitt's going to jam for the Wheels of Justice.
And she is side by side, cheek to cheek. The Demolition Barbie 1959 for Treasure Valley. Both jammers on the inside. Megan Moffitt near the front. She has 2 to beat in turn 2, continuing to grind it out. 1 down the straightaway. That's Aurelia Spine, chest to chest, playing defense for Boise. And through first for lead jammer is number 2, Megan Moffitt.
Good defensive there by Treasure Valley, holding her 3/4 of the track before she's able to pick up lead jammer. As Demolition Barbie now takes a little bit of a back step, get a little momentum going as she takes on this fierce wall of purple. But Treasure Valley says we can do a little blocking ourselves, as Megan Moffitt now going with Aurelia Spine and Scarlet Danger. Scarlet actually pushing on Aurelia Spine as Megan Moffitt pushes on her. Aurelia Spine like the middle of an Oreo sandwich there.
Recycling is Scarlet Danger with a nice hit, well timed in turn 1, sending Megan Moffitt to the back of the pack. On a highway to hell there to meet her. And Demolition Barbie initial pass, that's the end of the jam after 3 points awarded to Rose City.
152 Rose City, 12 points Treasure Valley, as Rose City is going to send Lauren Much to the jammer line. As the Much chant starts out in the crowd. Idaho jamming for Treasure Valley. And Lauren Much, lead jammer.
Doing a great job of dipping her shoulder, changing her level, and bursting through with speed in turn 1. Idaho trying to find some space in turn 2. She's out there against a purple wall anchored by Mercy. And that's a tough place to find yourself. 5 points there for Lauren Much as she makes her way around the outside.
Treasure Valley down a blocker now as Raggedy Annihilation goes to the penalty box. Idaho jamming now. She finds a clear space. She's able to break through. Not lead jammer. That's Lauren Much with 5 more points. And now Screws is around the outside. Waves her hands and picks up 4 more for Rose City.
Once again, for those of you at home, purple tops are the Wheels of Justice. White tops are the Treasure Valley All-Stars.
Just a little time left to pick up your raffle tickets. There's going to be a drawing at the halftime of the Ole Philly bout. So now that we've got this halftime break, make your way over to the merch area. Get your raffle tickets. MVP RollerCon pass up for grabs. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and we'll be right back here for the second half.
All right, we're getting ready for the second period of play here between Rose City's Wheels of Justice and the Treasure Valley All-Stars. Rose City in purple, Treasure Valley in white for those of you that are at home tuned in here on track 3 for this final day of the Big O. I'm HP Chefcraft, and I'm joined by the elegant and wise Candyman.
Quick check of some stats here. Rose City with, well, we used to call it a penalty minutes, 11 penalty minutes, but 11 penalties for Rose City, 12 for Treasure Valley, so pretty even there. Treasure Valley with 1 player with 4, Rose City with no more than 3 for any one player, I think no more than 2 for any one player. And Treasure Valley with 3 lead jammer statuses in that first half. I think the highest scoring jam was for Lauren Munch. She got 29 points in 1 jam. So a quick little reset there as we start this second period coming up. Rose City 166, Treasure Valley with 12. An interesting, nice little thing happened. I want to tell this story here real quick. Demolition Barbie blew her plate yesterday in the bout, just completely shattered it. And one of her teammates, right at you, took her skates off, gave them to her jammer, and said, "You play the rest of the game in my skates." So a nice little teamwork thing going on there with Treasure Valley, everybody looking out for each other. It's kind of a good thing to see there. So here we go. Scald Eagle back out there, Idaho for Treasure Valley. As this second period is about 5 seconds away from starting.
And Scald Eagle trying to lay on Idaho near the line. And it looks like Sinister Kate forcing a cutting of the track on Scald Eagle.
Beautifully heads-up play there by Sinister Kate. She was on the outside of the line, saw Scald Eagle knocked to the inside, and she came around from the outside. Scald Eagle didn't see her, cutting the track penalty, and now Idaho in a power jam situation for Treasure Valley.
And Idaho with 2 to beat at the front, make it 3. And that wall is not moving very quickly for Idaho.
Scald Eagle serves her 30 seconds and comes back out now as she's still needing to make her initial pass. And she takes on Raggedy Annihilation, moves her out of the way, and completes that initial pass. As Idaho now looks over to the inside, she's going to go ahead and call it, and she's going to pick up 4 points for Treasure Valley. So smart play there by Sinister Kate as well as Idaho, recognizing what's going on the track, picking up 4 points, calling it off, and cutting into that lead.
As we get back to it here, we have 77 Lauren Much on the line for Wheels of Justice. She's out there against 462, and that is Dawn of the Shred. Lauren Much almost out at the front, but she's recycled by On a Highway to Hell, though she's in turn knocked out of bounds. And I believe that might have been by Mercy on a back block.
Yeah, Mercy trying to clean up on Highway to Hell there and allow her jammer to come back in, but she does commit the back block penalty as Lauren Much picking up 4 points. And she's going to call it off. Dawn of the Shred engaging the pack and no points.
All right, so they're sorting out points. It looks like we're setting up for the next jam. We've got 2-4-3. Genevieve Moore out there for the Wheels of Justice. And she is out against 1959. That's Demolition Barbie for Treasure Valley.
Genevieve Moore with a little back and forth as Sinister Kate tries to draw that cut again. And she's unable to, so Genevieve Moore back up to the front. Demolition Barbie in the back, pushing hard. Blast Unicorn back there, giving her a hard time.
Aurelia Spine playing some excellent defense at the front. Genevieve Moore making her way through in turn 4. She is the lead jammer for the Wheels of Justice.
No pass, no penalty awarded, so Demolition Barbie able to get up and skate on, not lead jammer. That belongs to Lauren Much. And, excuse me. It was Genevieve Moore jamming for Rose City. It's been a long weekend, Shove. We've spent a few of these long weekends together.
There's a couple bouts this weekend apparently, and we might have been involved with some of them in some capacity. That's the rumor on the street anyway. Number 50 is Scald Eagle. And it looks like she's out there against Ella Snow Fury for Treasure Valley.
Ella Snow Fury with her first jam here today. And Treasure Valley with another nice defensive block there on Scald Eagle, riding her to the inside, making her recycle back. But Scald Eagle's got that wall of purple backing her up, and Ella Snow Fury now stuck in there as Scald Eagle able to clear and pick up lead jammer.
And trying to make her way through is Ella Snow Fury. Skull Eagle by for 5. That's a grand slam for the Wheels of Justice. Purple wall in the front and the white ball in the back. And it looks like a back block for Skull Eagle, placing Treasure Valley on the power jam. Ella Snow Fury with the star.
Once again, she thought she had a clearing, and here comes Scylla. And Scylla now a one-woman wall up front, just going shoulder to shoulder with Ella Snow Fury. Both players wanting to show the other they're not going to budge, and now out of play is called, and Ella Snow Fury able to break through.
Scylla Devourer is an amazing one-on-one defender, as she showed there. Ella Snow Fury back into the purple wall, 4 blockers, and Skull Eagle in stealth mode through for a grand slam.
As Scald Eagle, the initial lead jammer, but picking up the penalty, loses that. So we go the full 2 minutes here. Just a few seconds left on that jam clock. And Ella Snow Fury battling. She has made her initial pass, so she's looking for points. Speaking of points, Scald Eagle, no stranger of putting 5 in the sky, as she does right there. And a 5-point jam for Ella Snow Fury. Ella Snow Fury, one of the newer members of this all-star team. And we saw her a few weekends ago at Spudtown jamming, getting a lot of experience. And here she is again, getting the star, getting some of that experience at this higher level competition.
77 is Lauren Much for the Wheels of Justice. 2:08 out the front, and lead jammer, that is Idaho for Treasure Valley.
Idaho flying around the track. She puts a shoulder down, clear space, and she's gonna get 5 in her back pocket. And now a power jam situation as Lauren Much picks up a cutting the track penalty. And now it's Idaho going on against Jessica Rodriguez, and Idaho wins that battle. And now a 10-point jam for Treasure Valley.
Idaho back inside that pack and knocked down hard by Scylla Devourer. Jessica Rodriguez anchoring that defensive effort. Megan Moffitt out there as well. All 3 blockers stymie.
2 more there. That's 12 points, which just happened to be what Treasure Valley's total was at half. Idaho got 12 points on that pass, taking their total up now to 33 with 22 minutes to go. Yeah, give it up there. That was a good jam by Idaho.
And 4-6-2 is Donna the Shred for Treasure Valley. Some backwards bridging on display, and that purple wall in effect. Mercy right in the middle of it. She's out there with Heidi Goes Seek.
Scarlet Danger with one of her patented hits, but Lauren Much absorbs the hit and keeps on skating now as she takes a shot from Smack Skellington. Smack Skellington goes down, and Lauren Much able to break through, but not before Dawn of the Shred, who's got lead jammer status for Treasure Valley. She hits the pack, spins her hips, calls it, and now is picking up a cutting the track penalty.
21-18 here in the second period. And we want to remind everyone about Ninkasi Brewery. Ninkasi, the official beer of the Emerald City Roller Girls.
Not only that, but it's good. I've been digging the Ninkasi IPA from the Wild Duck Cafe over here. That's 2 shout-outs in one, baby.
There's some beer in Oregon. I don't know if you heard about that. I know you're from another country there, Candyman.
Lead jammer status awarded to Scald Eagle of Rose City. Scald Eagle goes around the outside, and picks up 5 points. 4-on-3 pack advantage for Rose City here. Dawn of the Shred now done serving her penalty. She comes back in. 2nd jam in a row for her as Scald Eagle breaks through for 5 more.
And Jessica Rodriguez playing some excellent defense on Dawn of the Shred. It looks like Jamie True recycling with Blast Unicorn, bringing Dawn of the Shred back again as Scald Eagle through for another 5 points.
Smart job there. I don't know if you noticed that by Aurelia Spine coming out of the penalty box. Saw Scald Eagle coming. She held up just for a half second to let Scald Eagle go. Didn't want to pick up another illegal procedure or anything for an illegal entry out of the penalty box. It's little things like that that you recognize with some of these blockers and their smart gameplay.
And this is a different speed of play also. 5 points on that last pass for Scald Eagle. And it looks like a cutting of the track given there to the Dawn of the Shred. She goes to the box for 30 seconds. Scald Eagle picks up 5, looking for more. And sweeping are the Wheels of Justice, making space for Scald Eagle to get through for 5 at the front.
And that's going to bring this jam to a natural end after 2 minutes. And we come under 19 minutes to go here. Rose City, 223, Treasure Valley, 35. And Treasure Valley going to start this jam in a 4-on-3 pack advantage.
And 1 star, 243, Genevieve Moore wearing it for the Wheels of Justice. She is through for lead jammer. Scylla Devourer and Jessica Rodriguez in a 2-wall, ready to take on Dawn of the Shred at the back.
Dawn of the Shred comes out of the penalty box and goes ahead and passes the star to her pivot. That's on a Highway to Hell. Highway to Hell now battling the wall of purple in the back. Highway to Hell ridden out of bounds by 1889, Jessica Shipley, but that was a back block, so Jessica Shipley will go to the penalty box. Highway to Hell still with that star in her hand as she dealing with that back wall of Rodriguez and company. Meanwhile, Genevieve Moore able to fly around. And she's going to put 5 more on the board for Wheels of Justice. And a no pass, no penalty there now, so Highway to Hell able to clear. She'll put the star on. New rules, don't have to wear the star as it's passed for you to be legal. You just have to have it on before you score points.
And on a Highway to Hell, drawing so much aggro from the Wheels of Justice as they made life very difficult. No opportunity to put the star on until she cleared the pack. Excellent defense there by Rose City.
Demolition Barbie next up for Treasure Valley. Lauren Much jamming for Rose City. Lauren Much goes around the inside, takes a hit from Aurelia Spine and Raggedy Annihilation. Aurelia Spine able to drag her all the way back to the pivot line as Demolition Barbie comes in just a bit too soon and picks up a cutting the track. And that's going to put Rose City back into a power jam.
Jessica Shipley forcing that cutting of the track. And this is a power jam opportunity for Rose City. Lauren Much knocked down, jumps up, and it looks like she's on her way to the box for a low block. And so right now it's all blockers on the track. It's a block party weekend, Candyman.
Fire up the barbecues. We're having a block party. Demolition Barbie out of the penalty box now, and she's able to break through that four-wall up front. And now eligible to score points as both jammers now out there. Neither one able to call off the jam. So Lauren Much picking up 5 more. Demolition Barbie now looking to put points on the board for Treasure Valley. Mercy introduces her to the inside of the track. And Demolition Barbie, though, able to recover quickly. And Lauren Munch being recycled all the way back by Sinister Kate and Raggedy Annihilation. And now Rose City returns the favor. 2 purple players collide, but Lauren Much says, oh, I'll just get right back up. Raggedy Annihilation tries to give her a little side swipe. No avail. Another scoring pass completed for Rose City.
Jessica Shipley with a huge hit on Demolition Barbie, and then Lauren Much with a huge hit on Demolition Barbie. All the hits to Demolition Barbie. The hits just keep on coming.
It's like a 1 a.m. infomercial on TV. You can get all these hits for just $9.99 plus shipping and handling. Zebra huddle in the middle of the track. That's going to give us time to talk about other things.
Like LTD, thanks to LTD for supporting the Big O. Check out the One Pass for only $50. Your kids get access to Willamette Lane facilities and unlimited LTD rides all summer. We also want to remind everyone that at the half of this next Ole game, they are going to be announcing most of the MVP lineup from the Big O for tonight's bout against Team USA, which should be amazing.
It should be. It should be a lot of fun. It is just going to be a half-hour exhibition bout, as a lot of people needing to get home, but nonetheless, should be fun to see the Stars and Stripes out there going up against the best that are here this weekend. So you want to make sure you want to tune in for that as the timeout comes to an end on the track. Ella Snow Fury jamming against the one, the only Scald Eagle.
And we're getting down to 14 minutes. That was Scarlet Danger with a shot on Scald in turn 1. And she resets, gets through for lead jammer, Wheels of Justice.
Ella Snow Fury hit to the inside of the track. She will recycle. Treasure Valley now down 1 blocker as Scald Eagle makes her way around the track. And she goes from the outside to the inside, and she picks up 5 more points.
10 points so far on the jam. And Ella Snow Fury trying to make her way through in turn 3. Scald Eagle back to points. Another 5 as she makes her way through for a Grand Slam.
Scald Eagle with a nice hop back as she saw Highway to Hell coming for her. Sinister Kate, Scarlet Danger, and Smack Skellington now with the last line of defense. 1 no pass, no penalty. 4 points put on the board for Scald Eagle.
4 on that last pass. She had an improper pass of 1 opposing skater, but she picks up all 5 there. Don't worry, she'll get her points. Ella Snow Fury, Scylla Devourer, nice to meet you. She's going to be recycled into the back of the pack. 1697, having a little bit of a tough time with that purple wall right now. 5 more for Scald Eagle.
Scald Eagle running into one of her own players as she gets knocked out of bounds. God Dame Savage pulling her back, and the jam comes to a natural end as we've come under 12 minutes to go here now. And Genevieve Moore jamming once again for Rose City, and for Treasure Valley, that's number 208, Idaho.
.243, Genevieve Moore coming right up the middle, grabbing lead jammer for Rose City.
She had a little clock, I think, in her head, and as soon as that tweet hit, she busted right through that line, picks up lead jammer. Meanwhile, Idaho picking up a cutting the track penalty.
And that puts Genevieve Moore on the power jam for Rose City. She's rumbling, stumbling for 5. And for those of you at home, purple tops, Wheels of Justice, white tops, Treasure Valley All-Stars, sweeping. Jessica Rodriguez opening up a nice lane for Genevieve Moore to pick up 5 points.
Well-timed block there by Shipley as she takes out Aurelia Spine and Lemon. Both go to the inside, so that just leaves 2 active blockers to try and stop the jammer. And we've seen this weekend, you need at least one more. 2 versus 1 doesn't work as well. But better than 1 versus 1.
Genevieve Moore picking up another 5, and now Idaho cutting of the track penalty. She'll go to the box for 30 seconds. Genevieve Moore has to get past Aurelia Spine. She does for 5 points. Wheels of Justice.
Aurelia Spine with a nice hit on Genevieve Moore there and knocks her to the ground, forcing the call off. As we will have reset here.
And it looks like about 7 minutes left on track 2. 107 for Kansas City, 227 for Terminal City. 77 is Lauren Much. 462 is Donna the Shred for Treasure Valley. Getting out first for lead jammer, that's Lauren Much. And she has been Much in this one. She continues to find small spaces and shoot through them. 5 more points for Rose City.
Blocking out of play there, called on Gaither, so she goes to the penalty box. Donna the Shred clears the pack, makes her way around the track, but Lauren Much calls it off after picking up 3 more for Rose City. Under 9 to go here. On track 3 of day 3 of the Big O. And Treasure Valley now with a 4-on-3 pack advantage. Scald Eagle and Demolition Barbie jamming. Demolition Barbie playing just a little bit of defensive right off the bat, and now full-on attack mode. Both jammers battling hard to get around the wall, and Scald Eagle able to clear that wall first and pick up lead jammer for Rose City. Demolition Barbie leaning hard, trying to separate that front wall of Rose City. And Demolition Barbie able to clear out. A Scald Eagle zigs and zags, and she picks up 4 points and calls it off.
And last night, for those of you that saw it, what a great bout between Texas and Rose City. A lot of energy in the room and really exciting play. I think it was about 30 points or so at the half before Texas pulled away, but that was a lot of fun last night.
That was a big bout. It was a lot of fun to watch. And it just kind of shows us what we have to look forward to potentially later this summer with divisional tournament play.
Blast Unicorn wearing the star for Rose City. She is your lead jammer.
For Treasure Valley, that's Idaho jamming, and she's pushing on Mercy and number 523, Jessica Rodriguez. And Idaho cuts on the outside, back to the inside, tiptoes the line, but she topped back in just too quick.
And Blast Unicorn trying to get past on a highway to hell. She picks up a high block, going to the box 8.338 for 30 seconds, and 5 points awarded there to 17H, the Blast Unicorn.
Blast Unicorn with a nice little hop around Scarlet Danger to pick up 5 more points. 3-on-2 pack advantage here for Treasure Valley. Scarlet Danger now the last line of defense against the Blast Unicorn. Savage comes in to help, and now it's just Scarlet Danger. Scarlet Danger's trying to tell the refs where the pack is. She gets called out of play.
Blast Unicorn picking up 5 on that last pass, and she's back again. 1 to beat. That's on a highway to hell at the front. She slides by, and that's 4 points. An improper pass cost her 1 of the 5 points she could have scored. I think Rose City will still be okay without that 5th point. .512 remaining. Purple tops, Wheels of Justice. For those of you at home, white tops, Treasure Valley, all the way from Boise, Idaho.
Boise. They're picky about it. I'm just going to say they're picky about it. All right, reset here on the track. We've got a review of something on the line here. The only reason I know that is both teams' coaches and captains are out there.
How about K-Duck? We would like to thank 104.7 K-Duck, my hits, right now.
It's a good radio station for the roller derby team. My hits right now, huh? After party and after party pre-party. The pre-party starting at Ninkasi Brewery. First free pint for skaters showing their wristband until 9 p.m. And then the Sunday night after party will be at the Blair Alley Arcade, 245 Blair Boulevard, with DJ Anya Bunslayer from Humboldt.
They sound fearsome. Also want to do a shout out for Oakshire Brewing. We'd like to thank Oakshire Brewing, Strength, Independence, and Community. Reminding the captains once again, if you have not done so, please do make your way over to the admin table. We need to have you cast your votes for the All-Star team. That bout taking place tonight. We need your votes to determine who will be skating for the Big O All-Stars.
Purple used their official review to challenge the lack of a failure to reform call on the white team. White 630 had received a failure to reform penalty for blocking during a no-pack situation. Purple 2 had received a failure to reform penalty for not accelerating in a no-pack situation to reform the pack at the back. All other white blockers were seen to have stopped.
So nothing changes. As we come back now, live, under 5 minutes to go, Scald Eagle jamming for Rose City. Lead jammer, we have a diet pack, half the calories, all the hits. Scald Eagle now on a scoring run, makes quick work of the Treasure Valley wall. She picks up 5 points. Idaho now joining the fun as she comes out of the penalty box. And now Scald Eagle able to clear for 5 more. Meanwhile, Idaho passing the star off to her murder stick teammate. That's Sinister Kate.
Scald Eagle stumbling as she goes into turn 1, continuing to accelerate, knocked out, recycled back behind that TVR wall, and she finds a huge lane on the inside for a 5-point pass. Rose City.
Rose City, just such great teamwork out on the track. One blocker gets out of position, and there's another blocker right there to fill that hole and keep that jammer back. But there goes Sinister Kate as she's able to clear. And Scald Eagle makes her way around with a quick juke on Idaho. And Scald Eagle takes a couple of shots out of bounds, calls it off. 2 more points for Rose City. 3.5 minutes to go.
12-point jam for Scald Eagle. And now the Wheels of Justice call on number 77. That's Lauren Much. She's out there with 4.62. Dawn of the Shred for Treasure Valley. Pack advantage. Wheels of Justice. Lauren Much at the front against Scarlet Danger. She bounces that to the outside and picks up lead jammer.
Lauren Much able to break through on her first scoring pass for 5 points. Dawn of the Shred gets recycled around by Knife. And now a four-person wall of purple back there holding Dawn of the Shred back. Cutting the track is called on Heidi Go Seek. That's Heidi Go Seek with the penalty, goes to the penalty box. Dawn of the Shred still battling in that pack as Lauren Much comes around for another 5-point pass. Rose City.
Lauren Much showing off her niftiness in turn 4 as she jumped right at the line, made her way through, picked up 5. She's back at the line once again, trying to get through that 3 wall at the front. And no points awarded on that last pass.
It looks like Terminal City takes the win, 249 to 150 over the Kansas City Roller Warriors. So Terminal City comes in, picking up a couple of nice wins today here. Team timeout on the track. Rose City wanting to discuss things a little bit.
Terminal City taking out Ole this weekend as well. 9-point win should help to catapult them up the rankings. I was speaking with one of the representatives from Terminal City, and they believe that'll make them the number 2 team in Canada the next time rankings come out, which is pretty exciting. Canada's got some derby going on up there. 2 or 3 teams now that can play really well in the WFTDA.
Indeed, Terminal City making a little bit of run here early on in the season. And now we are back to play. Timeout over. Demolition Barbie and Scald Eagle jamming for their respective teams. It's just not fair.
Heidi Gosik doing a great job of sealing off the outside for Scald Eagle, playing some offense. She grabbed lead jammer, and it looks like Demolition Barbie out there as well. Knocked down on the straightaway. Scald Eagle through, and that is a 4-point pass for the Wheels of Justice.
Aurelia Spine with some nice blocking there on Scald Eagle. Scald Eagle, though, able to recover and get around. Another 4 points as Demolition Barbie takes a big shot from Megan Moffitt. I think the landing hit harder than the contact. She hit and kind of gave a little ow.
Lemon Harangue Dai trying to stop Scald Eagle by herself on the last pass. Points for trying, but she still got through. And that's a 5-point pass there for Scald Eagle as she continues to stack points away for Rose City.
Demolition Barbie ridden back to the inside, this time by Mercy. Scald Eagle comes in, jukes and jives. She goes inside, she goes outside. Now she takes a shot from Aurelia Spine, and Scald Eagle recovers, picks up 5. As the Bridgetown Menace now giving a little Wheels of Justice love. And that's going to do it. Time running out. Unofficial final here. The Wheels of Justice, 428. The Treasure Valley Roller Girl All-Stars, 38. And that's, I think for Treasure Valley now, a big sigh of relief as the toughest part of their schedule this year comes to an end. That was one big cheer there.
Ladies and gentlemen, from just up the I-5 in Portland, Oregon, please make some noise for the Rose City Rollers Wheels of Justice!
And make some noise for the ladies from Boise, Idaho. These are the Treasure Valley Roller Girls.
I am HP Shovecraft signing off from here at the Big O. It's been an exciting weekend. And on behalf of myself and the Candyman, we have had a super blast.
Thank you for joining us. The Big O is just about over. We've got coming up next here, looks like Bridgetown Menace versus Puget Sound. Thanks for joining us. We will catch you on the flip side.